Hey folks, Crazy Glamour80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 12 in our 20 from 1995 series, and this is a twofer. This is two games in the Mortal Kombat series. One is the third entry, and one is kind of an upgrade, and this is Mortal Kombat 3. We are also going to look at Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And I'll discuss the differences in a little bit. But first we're going to look at Mortal Kombat 3, the non-upgrade. But this is obviously the second sequel in the Mortal Kombat series, and this was created by Midway. I liked the first two games better. This kind of got overly complicated in some ways. It's deep with all sorts of hidden surprises and stuff. This added a run button, and the run button lets you run at your opponent. And I kind of like the mechanics of the double tap backwards or double tap forwards to retreat or dash quickly better. That was common in versus fighting games at the time. But if you use the run button, you might be able to unleash a quick combo at the enemy as you get close, and you get rewarded for combination attacks, I think, for the first time in this series with this game. There was only one more arcade release in the Mortal Kombat series after this, and that was Mortal Kombat 4, and we might get to that one of these days. But there were a number of characters that returned to this, and there were a number of characters that were missing from this entry. And the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 had a number of those characters return that were missing from this game. I remember seeing this in the arcades. I didn't play it at the time, I don't believe. But I've played it a lot more since the advent of MAME. And note that Sub-Zero does not have a mask this time around. He is unmasked. You can play as the classic Sub-Zero with the mask in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And we'll get to playing this in a little bit, but you see that green meter under your life meter? That is your run meter. And you can hold down the run button until it's empty. It will build back up quickly, so no worries. Although there are codes that will allow you infinite run, so it will never deplete. And we will go ahead and get started. You have to put in 2 credits to begin and to continue. And note that there is a middle selection that is not available. That is the character that you can unlock called Smoke. And you get to choose between 3 difficulties. And the difficulty is determined by how many enemies you will have to fight until you complete the game. We're going to start against Jax. One of the new characters is his name's Striker. There's probably some others. I think is Cyrax a new one? Sector might be a new one. But there are a total of 15 different that you can choose from, with Smoke being the one that you cannot play as yet. You have to put in a code to unlock him, and to get to that screen to enter the code, you have to get a game over. And there is a new kind of I could not get any of these darn codes to work, or tricks to work, to use your Babality or Friendship Fatality or regular Fatality 1 or 2. Speaking of fatalities, there is a new one in this series, in this game. You can create ice clones as Sub-Zero in this game. That might be new. I can't remember if you could do that in Part 2. I don't think you could. But there is a new fatality in this game, and it is called Animality. And in order to do the Animality, I think you have to let the enemy recover from a fatality, or, you know, when you beat him up enough to where the game prompts you to use a fatality, you have to let them recover. There's like a code you do to make them recover, and I don't remember how to make it work.
Sub-Zero wins.
But the Animality allows you to, it makes you turn into an animal of some sort and kill the enemy. We will look at that eventually. I had to use cheats to get the fatalities to work. I did not use a cheat during this initial playthrough. When you get to the Nightwolf, yeah, Nightwolf is a new character, I believe. When you get to the code enter screen, after a game over, then you input the buttons on both first player and second player side of the cabinet to try to put in the codes. Most notably, the most notable code is to make Smoke playable, but there are other ones, and there are still more in. Oh, there's a stage fatality, and there are like 4 of them, I think. Not every stage will allow you to do that, or do a stage fatality. Stuck that. The game got a little bit glitchy at times. Now note there that sometimes with a well-timed uppercut, you can take the stage up to a higher level. Kind of cool. There are definitely some cool things about this entry, but to me, the series already started feeling a little long in the tooth. I was not as big a Mortal Kombat fan as a lot of people.
Well done.
Dan Forden, the guy that made the music for this game, and I guess some sound effects, he is back with his appearance when he says Toasty, Toasty. And here is one of Sub-Zero's fatalities. I had to use the cheat to make it work. But if you're playing as Sub-Zero, he might also say Frosty, which is really funny. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have a great upcoming Memorial Day weekend. I will get it off this year. I'm stoked about that. My mom and I will probably go visit her parents at Skyline Cemetery, which is a beautiful cemetery in Portland, Oregon.
Round 2. Fight.
That was kind of pathetic. But as in the previous game, or previous games, you also have, besides the run button, you have high punch, low punch, block, high kick, and low kick buttons. And those will all be necessary in trying to input the code to get Smoke or some other kind of trick. You can also do tricks that allow you to have infinite run. Perhaps you can't block some other things. There's too many secret things that I just don't have time to mention them all or list them all. You know, I lost. Yeah, you have to spend 2. I like that they spell credits with a K and continue with a K. And this is the screen where you need to put in a trick. And by pressing one of the buttons on the control panel, you can change to a different symbol. And it says incorrect code because that doesn't equal anything. And And I did see Mortal Kombat the movie, and it was pretty stupid. Went to see that with my brothers when it was brand new in the theaters, and yeah, it was pretty dire. Not very many good video game to movies. But we will see me with infinite energy chi beat the game. Yeah, early on the game is definitely beatable. Might actually be easier than the second game in the Mortal Kombat series. Like I said, early on, they seem to stand there and wait for you to freeze them, or just stand there when you try to jump kick them, etc. We're not going to do a full playthrough, but we'll see me. There he said, Frosty. That was Dan Forden again. Yeah, the computer's so much better at run combinations. Yeah, I couldn't get the fatalities to work without cheats. And here is the first boss. It is Motaro, and it looks like a centaur with is that a rat tail? I don't know what the hell it is. But the boss after them is Shao Kahn, who I believe we saw in Mortal Kombat 2. Obviously, this has the same digitized graphics of the first couple games. Some of the oh, they fell for my slide attack. And we're just going to scoot forward to me running out of time and being in the lead with energy remaining. And I move on to Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is such a cheap bastard. There is, maybe I mentioned this already, in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that we will look at in a little bit. There is a classic Sub-Zero character that you can play as, and he is the hooded Sub-Zero, not this one without the mask. And then there are also the characters Melina and Ermac that you can unlock with codes or tricks, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But this is the ending to Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 also has a 2-on-2 mode and an 8-player tournament mode and a master difficulty, and something that's called Shao Kahn's Lost Treasures. There are new and altered moves and combos. There are some new backgrounds, and there's better opponent AI in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And I've seen both MK3 and Ultimate MK3 in the arcades. Like I said, there was one more entry in the arcades, Mortal Kombat 4, and that went the 3D route. And after that, all the Mortal Kombat games were for the home systems or for the computer. Some of the newer ones are really cool, and they feature some characters from various media, like Freddy or Jason or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface guy. A bunch of different characters. And there's the familiar John Tobias and Ed Boon, whose names backwards form Noob Saibot, which is another hidden character that you can choose from, I believe, both Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But yeah, in a little bit we will have a look at Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Which one's better? Probably Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, because you get a lot more characters you can choose from and some cool hidden ones, and I mentioned a number of the other things that you can do as well. Like I said, there's a 4-player 2-on-2 mode in which you can choose 2 teams of 2, and then there's an 8-player tournament. Stop that. And then there's a 8-player tournament with 4 groups of battles.
Excellent.
And yeah, this is the second tournament tree, or whatever they called it. And then there's a third one that's the longest, and in which you face, I believe, all the opponents. In the other 2, you don't have to face all the opponents. Note that there's no oh, maybe there wasn't one in the second game. Test your might bonus stage. There's not one in either this or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but there is an endurance, and there's a Babality.
Flawless victory. Babality.
That is always crack me up. And here's a friendship.
Wins. Flawless victory. Friendship. Friendship again?
I used cheats to get that, and we're just looking at some of the characters I didn't face yet. But you can choose from Shang Tsung, Sindel, Jax, Kano, Liu Kang, Sonya, Striker, Smoke, Sub-Zero, Cyrex, Sector, Nightwolf, Sheena, Kung Lao, and Cabal. Cabal, however you pronounce it. Here's Shiva.
Fight.
And there's Shang Tsung, and he can still change into other characters.
Well done. Well done.
Toasty!
Well done.
Fans of arcade games of the 90s will instantly recognize what that is if you say Toasty.
Well done.
Really looking forward to the second time capsule of my 1995 series, and that's going to be coming up pretty soon with game number 10. There's another fatality for Sub-Zero.
Victory. Fatality.
And there's another stage fatality. Knocked Sonya back in the path of the train.
Fight.
The subway. That is cool that you can knock an opponent up to an upper level. That might have gotten inspiration from X-Men Children of the Atom, which I've reviewed in my 1994 series. Yeah, the Ultimate Combat Code, which you used to try to use to get Smoke, the buttons are going to be numbered, as you see in this diagram, and you have to enter the correct number in time to be able to select Smoke at the at this screen. And there is Smoke. And Smoke, it always makes me think of Pigpen from the Peanuts comic strip or cartoons, as he has clouds of smoke wherever he moves. Don't smoke cigarettes, kids. Toasty. But I just wanted you to see a little bit of Smoke. He's a lot better than I made him to be. And here's an Animality. Cyrex turned into a shark and ate Nightwolf.
Animality.
Now let's have a look at Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And like I said, this has a lot of upgrades. Most notably the 2-on-2 mode, 8-player tournament mode, master difficulty that you can choose from, Shao Kahn's Lost Treasures, so a lot of hidden goodies, new altered moves or combos, new backgrounds, better opponent AI, and a bunch of new characters. Reptile, Kitana, Jade, and Scorpion return. And again, you can unlock the characters Mileena, Ermac, and Classic Sub-Zero with codes that you put in during that same kind of screen that we saw earlier. And if you get a whole bunch of wins in a row, you might be able to put your name in at the high score list, and I was never able to do that, sorry. But yeah, here's the 4-player 2-on-2 combat, the 8-player tournament combat, and you just keep playing matches in the 4-player one, but in the 8-player tournament, then you can get an ending by being the last one standing. And there's the 3 unlockable characters that you see blanks for.
Sub-Zero, choose.
And again, that's Mileena, Ermac, and Classic Sub-Zero. And Ermac is like a cybernetic ninja, I think. And yeah, that E in that fighting tower, or whatever they call it, that E is endurance, and you will have to face multiple opponents in one match.
Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah, really, the best game, at least early on in the Mortal Kombat series, is the second game. There's Smoke, and I guess Smoke can disappear sometimes. And he's got some of Reptile and Scorpion and Sub-Zero's attacks, I believe. And there's Jade. She is so friggin' fast. And here is the endurance. I get to face Liu Kang and then the other guy, whoever it was. I didn't really get to see in time. And it's Smoke. Yeah, I'm really not very good at this. I don't block nearly enough, and I can't. Here is the ending to Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And it's pretty much the same as Mortal Kombat 3, I believe. What is your favorite game in the Mortal Kombat series? Yeah, there's that same. It's got. I think you can use the run button in this. You didn't use the run button in Mortal Kombat 3 for the password screen or whatever. And yeah, you can play it. There was me fighting against Noob Saibot. You can also unlock like a Galaxian style screen here. That is one of the tricks you can unlock. You get the Toasty.
Was pathetic.
The Toasty declaration when you get blowed up. And here are some of the hidden characters. There's Mileena. And there's Ermac. He's a red ninja. There's Scorpion facing him. And we'll also see Classic Sub-Zero with the mask on. And in just a moment, we're going to look at the tricks. Or no, we're going to look at a little bit of the 2-on-2 or the 8-player tournament combat. And again, the 2-on-2 actually just has match after match of 2 players. It's not very special, but this one you get an ending, and it's the last one standing at the end after the tournament tree is completed. They get dubbed the champion. I put in a whole bunch of credits so that I play 1-player versus 2-player, although I didn't activate the second player. They're just standing there and taking all the punches of player number 1. And yeah, you get to choose all the different characters you want to for each of the 8 players. It's not an 8-player cabinet, sorry. And there is maskless Sub-Zero there. And we take the fight up to the second level again. Yeah, you can throw the opponent when you're close. And it's especially effective if you run towards them and throw them and they don't have time to react. Excuse me. But yeah, you'll see the tournament tree as players move on. We'll scoot forward to the end. And there it is. So this will be the end of the 8-player tournament. And here's how you unlock Melina, how you unlock Ermac, and how you unlock Classic Sub-Zero. And you have to do it at this screen. And this screen will appear once you have the continue option and you let the time run out and get a game over. Then it will go to this screen, and you need to put in these codes to unlock those 3 different characters. But that was our 2-pack of Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, both by Midway in 1995 and both appearing as game number 12 in our 20 from 1995 series. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 11. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
Well, I've walked these streets in a carnival of sights to see.